Hello, so today I'm going to do a stream on Balteon. So I'd just like to point out that this stream was made after the updates on passers. It has now reduced the active time of skills to 10 minutes at the place of 15. So there has been a lot of changes to a lot of passers. I have tested this out on Balteon and the change is actually very minor. So again, this is after the patch, in case there are any questions about that. So to start with, we all know what Balteon looks like, but I have a treat for you guys. Today is the very first day we can get it, except for a few suspicious pictures that have been shown on the internet, is the day of the Balteon skin. So I'm going to unwrap it in front of you. Should be down here. So this is the new Balteon skin. So again, it was something that was part of a purchase event. I'm not actually a whale, as they say. I just really like Balteon. He's my very first legend. And I had a bit of cash to spare, so I said it was worth it. So this is my new version of Balteon. So again, you might see this in competitive. This is also Balteon. And later on I'm going to do some gameplay just for you guys who want to know what the new skin sounds like. So now, enough talking about the skin, I'm going to actually talk about the stats. So first thing is, he's a passer, he's in the front line, his ideal position is center mid, who's very good for a passer, but the thing you want to point out when you're looking at a Balteon is that base reflex. He's at 1800 reflex with no reflex stones equipped whatsoever. So this means he has a huge reflex. Mine is 160, he is 4 soup, even though we can't actually see the bar. The next soup is only going to increase pass effect and speed one more time, who is actually, by base, very high for a passer, who works great in my case as I run a Vonchi and a Milky Way, making reflex and speed even more powerful by every move. So now to look at him on a skill aspect. I'm personally going to say that the value of the skill is a nerf. I used to run it and do 1300 pass effect, and I do 1100. So it's not really that major. I would say it's approximately 10-15ish%. So it's really not that bad. Second skill, who I believe is incredible, is increase critical rate, pass effect, and reflex by 40%. Meaning, when he has this, you're sure he's going to crit, you're sure he's going to have a high reflex, he's going to have pass effect, there's nothing to lose. And then the third skill, who in my eyes is not that great, but it's still pretty nice. It's increased the pass effect. I find it rare that you're going to be running a 2-passer front. Well, that's more in my case, I would say. But I personally would have preferred something like crit damage, something more valuable just in general. The attack power part is completely fine, and we are looking for that at any point when we got a striker, especially in endgame with damage reduce. And the last skill that had been added and changed a little bit last time when they had the major legend nerf is increase action speed and pass by 12%. I would say action speed is pretty nice on a passer, can go up to 30%. The only thing is that compared to the other 3 skills, it's not valuable. The first thing is your active skill, whatever happens, needs to be maxed out to be sure that when you're doing this in auto, they're going to use it. So you don't have a choice. This one is necessary, this one is great, and this one is just okay. So normally, I can't really imagine a build in which it wouldn't be 5-5-3. So yes, again, I'm missing 1 soup if there's any questions about that. But that's because I believe you should always max soup them 4 times. Wait in case you get another legend, the same legend again, and then that might not make you as angry in case you max soup them and then you just get it at that point. Later on, I'm going to max soup them all, but it's just because some of my other legends or even lower than 4. Now, stone-wise, I'm going to say my build is really not what you're going to be awaiting for a passer. So it's on top of it, it's not even complete. So the first thing is this stone. It's a dark speed stone. Whatever build you're running on a Balteon, you're going to want that. Counterattack resistance and action speed are great. I threw a bit of critical resistance, dribble, reflex, defense, and the only bad stat is receiving pass effect, as he normally should never be receiving the ball. Then this is because I decided to use him more as a ball stealer, because my line needs to shoot multiple times to actually do damage. These two stones, the bottom ones, are not stones you're usually going to be running. So I decided to run a Sieving Abyssy, who increases my critical damage and recovers the inflicted damage with a critical hit. There's also some action speed, decrease inflicted. These are good things to look for in someone you're going to be throwing in the front line to stop them from getting out. And the second one is an Encompassing Soul. It has the exact same stats, just in much better. And is legendary, well, more unique, as they like to say in this game, stone. And then here is a blue hype who honestly I don't want. It's really because I had nothing better. I want a blue damage, defense, who has some pretty decent passive too. So that, imagine it will be replaced. This is just a placeholder that I had, and I honestly don't have that many blue stones, so that really is the best option. Now, if you want to build him on a pass perspective, you're going to keep that dark speed stone. And I'm just going to show you the stones you would put just for it to be a little bit more interactive. Just get that strength. Here. So if you were going to run him, the stones you're going to want is going to be, first of all, Silent Cold, because it increases critical damage within the position and increased pass effect. And it's not even considered a pass stone, meaning you're going to be able to equip 3 pass stones if you equip this one. And it gives you a line buff on a character who by base already has a huge critical rate. So this is very popular. So you're going to want to run this, and even me, I'm thinking of maybe throwing this on another character on my line just to have the effects. So this is the most popular on a passer build. Then you're going to throw a dark action speed, and you're going to throw a dark pass. Sadly, a dark pass is not rare, so no second passive. But again, it's supposed to be a passer. And then your second, your center prime slot is gonna be an Andor pass effect, because it recovers additional spirit. So it can never really hurt to have too much spirit, especially since some strikers need higher amounts of spirits than others, and sometimes you want another line buff or something. But if you don't have this one, any other 6-star pass stone in the meantime is completely fine. It's just for a spirit level. So he is very strong when we look at a pass effect. So it depends how you build him. Mine is pretty advanced. So again, you're going to see that the dominant stats are going to be technique and vitality. He's not power, but he has still some pretty decent stats. And last but not least, what are his chains? So he actually has some pretty decent chains. The most important one, of course, being his Nemesis chain, as Dale and Meta are both very popular in PvP. So currently I'm missing Dale. I even saw him in Scout. I just didn't feel like it. So I'm gonna see if I scout him or if I finally draw him. As you can see, I already have a Metatron, so I can complete this chain pretty easy. So his Nemesis chain is very good, and if you can't complete it, the only problem is it does require owning Metatron, who is also a legendary character, so it kind of balances out the problem. But a lot of people are going to buy her in the Dimension store, so if you do that, just complete this chain if you can. This affection chain is pretty nice if you're trying to run a dark team. So I've already done a spotlight on Lilith explaining why she's valuable. For all of you who's going to say we don't care about her. Malcolm is a spirit burner and pretty decent either in midline, and if you want to run a reflex midline, you can put him in backline at the place of Anael. With all his counter, his super play, his spirit burn, he's a great backline penetrator. So there really is nothing bad with him. And Zimbori is in case you're facing some sort of like Andor striker, Char, William. As you know, there's elemental advantage in this game, so he can have his moments. It really depends who's on the other side. If he's facing a Vonchi, it's over. If he's facing a William, he's going to be extremely resistant just based on the elemental advantage. His stats are not that bad, but the thing is, Dark has had a lot of nerfs through time, so very few people are trying to even run Mono Dark or even Limited Dark. Even in my case, I'm pretty sure I have 3-4 players Dark, and half of them are legendaries. And then his affection skill. So this is one of the few players that you can turn to 6-star who could be valuable. There is some better alternatives. I'm personally not a fan, but you'll pretty often see her in some PvP Dark teams. She's in a lot of chains. And then you have Lucifer, who got an EE pretty recently. So it's also a pretty decent chain. Again, if you're trying to run some sort of Dark team, he's the guy you want to look at. Again, in all his chains, everything is Dark related. His very first chain is a complete joke unless you're doing PvE, and even then there's a low chance this will activate, so you can completely ignore it. So if you look, here are his basic skins. I would personally say that I really like his current EE skin, so it's not that bad. Okay, for some reason I cannot show it in the full screen because I'm equipping a skin, but I find it pretty cool. I just really like the idea of having an extra waifu on my team, so that's why he's been replaced. So I'm just gonna show a little bit of gameplay on what it looks like when you're running a Balteon. So I'm gonna try to see what I can do. Maybe story mode, hell mode. Again, I haven't advanced too much as I don't care so much about this. So it's just to show a little example of what happens when you're running a Balteon in frontline. And for all of you who wanted to hear her new voice, this will also be a chance for you to see that. Here I run a dual meta ace whenever I can, as it's going to increase the attack power and hype of my team by 60%, making it extremely resistant. Here and there is my TA SSS when I'm running this kind of setup. Spirit, generate a bit of spirit. Damn, I can't actually use it. See, so it's around 870 when he does a current pass, who's actually very decent, especially since he's not a pass build. So even if you're not building him for that, he can still fill in this function. I'm just trying to show an active pass. So this is the new active. As I said, it's a little bit weaker. But it still gets the job done. So I hope you enjoyed this Balteon guide, and if you're lucky enough to have him, I would always advise using whatever your team is. He's just a great passer all around, and he doesn't really care what element your team is running. So thank you very much and have a good day.